Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and also in a different setting. So the other day on my Instagram, I did ask you guys to drop a couple of topics so that I could do a girl talk with my ladies on here. And you guys dropped a lot of good questions, a lot of good topics to talk about. So without further ado, I'm going to be getting into that. But before we do, guys, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this video. It is very important to me, and thank you. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first topic that I got to speak about was friends. And I think that friends can be both a blessing and a curse. A blessing on one hand because just going through life with a female friend, whether that is female or male, but just going through life with a female friend beside you, I think is nothing better than having that. It's nothing better than girlhood. It's nothing better than, you going out to events with them. You guys have best friend dates or just friend dates, or, just experiencing life together, like different milestones and things like that. I do think that having friends can be very, very beneficial for your mental also as well. So that is the good side of it. And on the other hand, the curse side of it, the downfall of having friends is that sometimes it's okay if you guys grow apart. Sometimes people grow apart. Sometimes people have different dreams and aspirations. You go this way, they go that way, and that is completely fine. We're human. And we're also growing into adulthood. Well, at least me and the people that are around me. But then there's sometimes where miscommunication can come in. I feel like the worst part about it is that people are not actually friends. They're more so friends for the aesthetic, or they're friends because they like the look of the other person who they're dealing with. Like, it's not genuine friendships, and I feel like that causes the downfall. And also just having to be up here with your friend, because if you're not, then that's where a lot of the problem comes in. A lot of the times in this generation too, it's kind of like, I don't know, like the social media stuff plays a lot into it. The morals for this generation has definitely went downhill a lot, I could say. People don't feel like they owe anybody loyalty anymore. I think that's one of the worst parts about it, is that because you guys can have a really good, or thought that you had a really good and genuine friendship, and something so small could literally expose years of secret hidden animosity or just jealousy, like undercover problems, anything like that. I do think that that is definitely the downfall of it. That's why I feel like sometimes if you find in your best interest, I think that you should stay by yourself. Unless you have like a real solid, genuine friend that you really know is solid, they're genuine, their intentions are pure, um, they're not going to do anything to be out to get you or to hurt you, then I would keep them close, hold on to them, and cherish your friendship, because it gets scary out here. So, okay, the next topic that I got was maturing. How I feel about maturing is, most people think that maturity comes with age, but that is absolutely not true. That is not it. It's not the case at all, because there are people that are older than me, or people that I know personally, whose mindset sometimes kind of ticks me off, because why do you think this way? And not just about like, oh, they have an opinion, I have an opinion. It's like, this is the way they want to continue to live at 30 plus, 25 plus. Like, I feel like maturity is definitely a mindset that you have to instill into yourself. You really have to take the time as you're growing to go ahead and allow yourself to mature. Just going through the motions of life as a young adult going into actual adulthood. I feel like for me, the reason why I felt like I really had to mature was because a lot of the things that I was doing was just not cutting it anymore, especially for the life that I know I want to live for myself and where I don't want to be in life. I definitely had to get a move on, with my mindset, and just really growing and learning, especially me being a young woman. I couldn't go into life just every time you get mad at somebody, you want to snap on them, or every time you get mad at somebody, you want to fight them over something. put your hands on somebody. Like, that just wasn't it anymore for me personally. So I feel like I also definitely did mature a lot. Things in my life, I started to realize that, you know how your parents always tell you, or family members always tell you, like, oh, if you do this, then this is going to happen. But being a teenager, I feel like you are kind of rebellious, and you just have to see for yourself and just see, like, it's not really that you think that they're lying, but sometimes you just have to see for yourself. I feel like I kept doing that to myself, and I ended up putting myself in a lot of sticky and bad situations that I definitely could have avoided had I had just listened to my family or my peers the first go round. My life, I feel like, would have went a lot smoother, but it's all trial and error. I'm only 21. I'm still figuring out my life as I'm going. So I definitely feel like maturity is not just a given. It is definitely something that you have to work for a lot of people, let me say. It's definitely something that you have to work for. It's something that you have to want, because if you continue to live your life as a grown adult the way that you lived your life as a teenager, you will always have bumps in the road. You will always run into problems, and that's kind of all that I can really say on that behalf for that. So the next question that I got was how to grow from your mistakes and not have regret. I feel like growing from a mistake is just kind of, that comes with acknowledgement, like knowing that what you did was wrong or whatever the case may be, just understanding and acknowledging the fact of the matter. Then moving forward, I definitely think that it would be a lot smoother. And also to just like, you have to live in your truth. You have to be unapologetically yourself, because if you're worried about what you did in the past so much, then you're never going to be able to enjoy your future. You're never going to be able to actually live to your full potential, because you're so worried about, oh, I hope I don't make this mistake again. I hope I don't do this. We're all living life for our first time. Our parents, peers, everybody, we're all living life for the first time. We're going to make mistakes. We are young adults. And I feel like things that you've done in your past, it is okay to have made mistakes. As long as you're not making it an everyday thing, as long as you're not repetitively doing the same thing that you have already criticized yourself for, I definitely think that it's okay to make mistakes. And just moving forward from it, you just have to live in your truth. You honestly have to just live in your truth, move past it, and who cares what anybody thinks? Somebody thinks about you in a negative light because of something that you used to do, it's fine, because everything that you do from this point forward, your actions will speak louder than your words. You won't be seen in the light that you used to anymore, whether people want to believe it or not, that you're actually a changed person, or that you actually don't make these type of mistakes anymore. It's not up to them to decide your life, your fate, your future. It's totally up to you. I feel like just living in your truth and being unapologetically you, that is how you learn from your mistakes and how you move past them. My opinion. Next question was future goals that I have for myself. Some future goals that I definitely have for myself, I do want to keep to myself. You know, I want to be open with you guys and all of that, but I do believe in not speaking on something until you have it and stuff like that, just because things can get kind of confusing. It can make the road kind of more bumpy for you than it needs to be. But definitely I do see myself being so much different than I am right now, having the financial stability, just living the life that I want, traveling, just being comfortable with myself, being comfortable with my living situation, being comfortable with my life is one of my biggest goals for myself. And definitely working on my career, which I'm doing right now. So yes, that's definitely what I want for myself in the future, is to have some stability. Like, that is the biggest thing that I crave, is having financial stability, just all around stability. And yeah. This one kind of tied into the last one, but it's basically career aspirations and future plans. My career aspirations, I definitely do want to be a nurse, maybe an L&D. If you don't know what L&D is, it's labor and delivery. I'm definitely in the works of that right now. So And for my future plans, kind of like I said the first time, I definitely want to keep in contact with everybody around me, but I really want to be like isolated. I want to be by myself with my family, of course, like with my own family that I'm gonna have. I want to be living in a different state, just start over, start a new life, start a new profile, everything. Just revamp my whole life because I feel like living in the state of Maryland for my whole life, there's kind of nothing here for me anymore besides, of course, my family, loved ones, and friends. But you never know unless you step outside of the box, and I definitely feel like that's why I want to, or why I would want to go somewhere else outside of Maryland and just live a whole different life, meet whole new people, a whole different job, just a whole new setting to wake up to every day is definitely inspiration for me. The biggest inspiration for myself is just seeing people that are typically younger than me, being able to just go out and live their dream and stuff, because your dreams are not impossible to reach. They're only that if you make it so. And for a long time, I've made it so because I made myself feel like I'm not able to do this. Just kind of like downplaying myself in my own mind just because of what I heard about myself and just a self complex that I had about myself. But I definitely think that I am worthy and I'm willing to get there to where I need to be, and that is where I will end up. 10 years due, you guys will see me living a whole different life, and just doing everything that I'm saying right now from this moment. I will be doing everything that I said 10 years to do. Just give me some time. Next one is, what was my worst cycle experience? So actually, I really don't, which thank God, but I really don't have a really bad cycle experience. I mean, I experienced the regular cramps and things like that, but they're not overbearing. I know some people, like, they can't even get out of bed. It's some stuff like that. The only thing that I've actually experienced with that is just, I've had really bad, like, lower cramps. My back was kind of hurting, and because I waited a while to take the medicine because I thought that I could just sleep it off. Like, I woke up, my legs literally were like shaking, like jittering because I'm in so much pain. So I finally just took some pills. But other than that, I don't really have bad cycle experiences as of now. And just also on the behalf too that I was on birth control for a long time, so I didn't experience that. I just really got into experiencing that, so maybe that could also be a reason. I've been doing pretty well on it, and I hopefully can stay like that because I know a lot of people close to me that have really bad cycles. They have really bad pains. They can't get up. They can't go to work. They can't do anything. So I'm just thanking God for that because God knows I just would not be able to do it. My next one was outfit details. So I'm a girl's girl. I don't gatekeep. If anyone was to ask me, where did you get this from or where did you get that from, I would definitely tell them. So what I do majority of the time, I'm not sure if other people do this, but I will go, and depending on what I'm trying to go for, if I can't think of anything off the top of my head, then I have a Pinterest mood board, but instead of it being like different inspiration photos and things like that, I have outfit ideas. I basically just gather a bunch of outfit ideas, and then I'll just, sometimes I can get maybe the whole outfit, but I do like to, instead of making a carbon copy fit, I do like to mix and match, pick from different ones, and kind of make it into my own. So a lot of people sometimes can't see the vision when I first get my clothes, and I'm like, oh, look at my outfit, look at this, I can't wait to wear it. And they're kind of like puzzled, like, you're really gonna wear that? Like, that's kind of different for you, or that's outside of the box, until I actually put it on and put it together. Then everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute, all of this stuff. So I definitely go on Pinterest a lot of the times, and I just do that. Sometimes TikTok too. Like, I'm a girl's girl. I don't hate, I don't gatekeep. If somebody's outfit was cute and I think it was really cute, I'm going to steal it. Then if somebody asks me, I'm going to share it. It's full circle moment for me. Next one is, what's a good activity that gets your mind off of bad things in your life? So me personally, something that I do like to do, sometimes I can be very impulsive and I'll just go to the store, maybe go buy some things like for my room, for my bathroom, some skincare, perfumes, lotions, and things like that. And also too, I really do like to paint. I'm not an excellent painter, of course, I'm not an artist, but that is something that definitely gets my mind off of it. If I'm in here and I'm painting or I have music playing with it as well, like my mind is definitely off of whatever it was that I was thinking about doing that was bad. Also too, just having people around you with good intentions definitely keeps you sane. I feel like for the most part, sometimes that doesn't always work, but for me personally, having people with their head on straight and just having a tunnel vision, sometimes I could be knocked off my pivot due to my own self, and then the people around me definitely will swivel me back right into my tunnel vision, and I just go from there. The thing is that also it comes with age too, I feel like, as well. Some things that I used to do that were definitely bad decisions do not excite me anymore. Like they don't make me, it doesn't arouse me to be a bad girl. It doesn't arouse me to do any of the things that I used to do. You know, just if anybody watching this video knows me, went to school with me, anything like that, then you know how I used to be. You know where my head used to be, all of that type of stuff. I was always a good person that definitely just made very, very bad decisions. I wish sometimes that I could take them back. But again, like I said before, it's all trial and error. I'm glad that I made the decisions, because if I didn't do what I did back then, I wouldn't have the mind I have now. If I didn't do it and I lived a good life, then I feel like I would probably be doing it now, even though that sounds crazy, but I may be doing it now. But I'm so glad that I did it at a young age where there aren't very many consequences, especially to the things I was doing. There was nothing like breaking the law, anything like that. Just the things that I used to do in high school and being a younger teenager, middle school, all of those things. I'm glad I got it out the way. I'm glad I got out of that drama phase and just wanting to have friends, wanting to be in the mix, all of that stuff. Because being a young woman, one of the most important things that you can do for yourself is to hold on to your sanity. And I feel like me going out here and just losing my mind over everything, getting upset over everything is just not it. It's not it for me anymore. So I definitely think that whatever you like, try to cling on to it. Try to hold on to that. Use that as your escape, even if you have to write. One thing though that I do know that helps me still till this day, I will never forget, I was going through one of the hardest times in my life about a year ago, and my grandmother had sent me the scripture one day. Through my hardest times, I always read, it's called the Serenity Scripture. I'll put a picture over here so you guys can read it to yourself and know. But basically it's just talking about like God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. So there's way more to it, but like I said, just to sum it up, it's kind of just like a message in my head, because I feel like that's my problem. Always wanted to be in control and always wanted things to go my way, knowing that it can't go that way. But it's kind of like you upset yourself in life with that mindset, because not everybody's going to go for that. Not everybody's going to do things your way. Like you have to be open-minded and willing to do things differently, step outside of the box, you know, and just don't be so closed-minded. I feel like that can also lead you to losing a lot of people that are around you and things like that. So definitely, whatever you do to keep your mind off of things, whatever you do that is like a hobby, whether it's shopping, going to go drive, maybe listen to an album or something like that. SZA drops Friday too, by the way. I definitely would try to do those things. Just try not to think too bad about things. Try not to get too much into bad stuff. Okay, so my next question was, or next topic to talk about was how to get over a lost love. I talked about this the other day, and I was pretty much just saying like, it's not like when you're first going through it, it's definitely going to be hard. I'm not going to sit here and act like it wasn't hard for me personally. It definitely was, but you really come to the realization and really understanding that I am the total package. If they want to lose out, that's on them. If they want to feel like they can go find better, if the grass is greener, it's not always greener on the other side, but you have to let them learn the hard way. Me personally, in my case, I just took the time to go ahead and just be by myself. As far as relationships goes, I took the time to go ahead and be by myself, relearn myself as a newcoming adult, learn things that I like and stuff like that. You have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself time. If you try to move on too quickly without doing those things, um, without allowing yourself to feel also, because we are human, you're going to feel how you feel. Never let anybody tell you any differently. It hurts, it hurts. But just once you do all of those things, before you give yourself to the next person, I feel like things would more than likely work out. Not in every case, but more than likely work out. But if you're trying to go into something and you still have all of this like anger, frustration, sadness, all of this still bottled inside of you, and then you try to go to the next person and you're kind of giving them what you should have gave your last person, I don't really think that it's fair for them. And it's also not fair for you either, because since you didn't heal, it's going to be hard for you to try to fully trust someone, for you to fully give them your love. Like, you have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself in order to love somebody else. And I feel like that was one of the biggest things that I was missing, and I did it absolutely wrong. I was a teenager, I was young, dumb, and just thought I knew it all about relationships, and I definitely did not. So I kind of feel like as young women, it's okay to be alone. That is one of the hardest things that I had to come to terms with myself for many reasons, but that is one of the things that I feel like maybe was the hardest thing, was the reality of being alone. So the fact that I finally got comfortable with being alone, and the fact that I literally just stopped chasing it. I stopped chasing it because at the end of the day, like I said, we all are the total package in one way or another. Everybody's not the same, but you're the total package to whoever you're trying to deal with. I'm the total package. Everybody's different. So just, it is okay to be alone, because at the end of the day, you're going to find somebody that is meant for you. And do not block your blessings. Don't block your blessings by still being hung up on something. Don't block your blessings by still holding on to old stuff. You have to let the past be the past in order for you to live your future. In order for you to live in the present, you have to let the past be the past. If you're in a situation kind of like where you don't know what to do anymore, you feel like you just lost everything, allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel how you feel, so that a couple months from then you can look back and say, why was I even sad about this? Why was I even upset about this situation? You really start to come to the realization the more and more that time goes by. I feel like you definitely do start to really fully grasp the situation and look back like, why was I even acting like that? Why was I even crying over this? Why was I upset? Why was I losing interest in the things I love over this? It's a very dark and confusing time, I feel like. A lot of you maybe, can agree with me on that. It is a dark and confusing time. Surround yourself with love. Most importantly, forgive yourself. It's okay that, this happened to you. It is okay that you went through this. It's not your fault. Unless it is your fault, but in most cases, it's not your fault. Forgive yourself, because if you don't, nobody else is. Forgive yourself and just give yourself grace and time, and just go through the motions of life. We're human. Most importantly, we are women. We are wired way different than men, and I don't think that they still till this day really understand that. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't. We are emotional beings. We are emotional creatures, and I just cannot stress that enough. Give yourself grace. That is one of the best things that I did for myself. I want to go have fun again. I just want to go do some stuff. Like, I don't want to even be like this anymore. Why was I even like that? But at the time, it wasn't that easy. Just getting over a lost love is going to take time. You know yourself better than anybody else. Don't let anybody tell you how fast you should get over something, how you should feel about it, or how you should respond to it. You know yourself better than anybody else. So yeah. Okay, y'all. So the last topic that I got was my travel experiences and if I had any bad ones. Normally, when I travel, I don't like to travel with too many people. I've done it before. I would never do it again. Absolutely not. But I do think that when you travel with one person that is going to be on the same page with you, and you both are going to be on the same page financially, possibilities are endless. You guys can go anywhere you want to as long as you have everything set up for yourself and all of those type of things. I definitely do think that you would enjoy your trip more, unless you're going with like family members, a big group of family members. That's a little bit different, and sometimes even so then it's still a problem. But normally I do like to travel with my boyfriend, just because we're both kind of like spontaneous people. So I know that if I text him and I'm like, hey, I want to go to Chicago for the weekend, we're going to be in Chicago this weekend. Not every single time, but we've traveled 6 times alone just in this year. Like, whether we drove, took a plane, we both went somewhere separately also too at the beginning of the year. I don't know. I haven't really had any bad traveling experiences. Make sure you guys have money. I'm going to repeat, come closer. Make sure you guys have money, because I feel like that definitely, when people talk about like Miami friend breakup experiences and stuff, it's not the place, it's not where you stayed, it's not the activities that you did, if you did any. It's the fact that you all were going on the trip thinking that everybody individually in their own head thinking that they're about to go down here, they're going to have fun and made it out the group chat, woohoo. Then maybe 1 or 2 people fall short and they knew that was going to be the case, but instead of them coming to you like a friend, which I would definitely not mind to put any type of money up for my friend or anything like that, to be able to enjoy themselves, because we didn't come out of town for me to criticize you the whole time about what you should have did. We're here, it's too late, I can give it to you. But then there's the fact of the matter, sometimes people don't like to pay you back, and I'm not always the type to do that, but we're living in 2024. Everything is too much. And also just on the fact that like a lot of us have bills out here, so just have money. But other than that though, my travel experiences have been so fun. I just recently went to Cancun. I don't know if you guys follow my Instagram, but I'm gonna drop it below so that you can go check that out too, and my highlights and stuff like that. Pretty much we're just on the same page about everything. Like, we went to all the restaurants that we wanted to go to that we seen like on TikTok. We did the excursion. We did do a bundle deal. We did horseback riding, ATV riding, swimming in the cenotes, tequila tasting, and zip lining. And that was all on the first day. It wasn't bad at all. I really enjoyed it. We had a great time. We got a bundle of pictures and videos. It was just so much fun. And yeah, though, those are all of my travel experiences that I've had a great time with. And yeah. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to wrap this series up. This was just episode 1 of The Girl Talk, talking with ARIJ. So I'm going to be doing a series about this. Like I said before, this is just episode 1. I may do 10 episodes. I don't know what the next one is going to be about. If you guys have any suggestions or anything, you guys can text me in my DM or you can comment below. But make sure you please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And yeah, I will see you guys. Bye.